Hello, my name is Adam and welcome to UK Theme Parks. Now you pay for the privilege of parking in that car park and I'm in there as well, so hopefully we'll probably have to get a tractor out later, but never mind. So we're at Chessington World of Adventures. It's Saturday, it's annual pass day. It feels quite busy, the car park feels quite busy, the park feels quite busy. We've just walked past Dragon's Fury here, which has a 30-minute queue, which actually isn't that bad, although it does look a bit longer than 30, unless they're not selling fast pass today. We are sort of joined by the ever-enthusiastic Ryan.
Hello.
See, told you. Really enthusiastic. Yeah, well, yeah, I warned you all. So, what are we looking at today? Well, we are hoping to get on some rides today. Now, we've arrived late because I had a prior commitment this morning, and I never advised you to arrive late, and seeing that you're being kind of towed out the car park by a tractor, it's another good reason to get here early and get a good parking space. But we are here, it's 12:30. We've got about 4 hours because we're not going to get stuck in that carnage coming out at 5 o'clock. We want to see some rides, I want to see some construction, I want to see whatever changes Chessington have to offer in 2018. So let's see what's screwed back together and let's go and have a look around. Well, we cut off quite quickly then without actually noticing that the Black Buccaneer hasn't been screwed back together. We were kind of joking when we were expecting nothing to be screwed back together, but Black Buccaneer not present and correct. We're assuming the beams are behind here, because they usually are, and the boat. We'll get a bit closer, have a closer look at the boat. We're not going to be swinging on that today, but that's a real disappointment, because I really like that ride. Do you like the ride?
Totally do.
Okay, let's try and find something else that's screwed back together, because that's the first ride we come across, and it's not. Let's crack on. Let's go and have a look. 60 minutes. 60 minutes for Rattlesnake. So having a look at the queue times, it does seem to be actually most other things are open. That includes Vampire on 30 minutes. Dragon's Fury, as we said, we think is a little bit more than 30 minutes. Let's see if we can see a queue for this. Big shed in the way of where I want to look. With a 60-minute queue, you would be expecting a few more than one car on there. Maybe, I don't know. What do we think, Ron?
Yeah,
definitely. Because, you know, that stupid rule now where they can't send one till it comes back, it's kind of gone because they've kind of learned how to ride the rides, operate them. So if it's got a 60-minute queue, it should be going a lot faster. Now, look at that in the background, look. Since we were last came, obviously, the Tiger Rock structure is going up. We're going to have a closer look at that later. But I'll tell you what. It's open. I really want to go on this, but I've got wet feet already. So let's see if the sprays are on. Well, we were going to go and see whether or not we could get on Ramesses, but it's restraints up, restraints down, restraints up, restraints down, people on, people off. I'm guessing that ride really, I'm really afraid to say, either needs to be replaced with a newer model or just needs to be scrapped. Now, while standing there, kindly a bird has crapped all over my arm. I feel that's probably going to be the sum of the day today. Let's try Twin Blaster. So that is the latest look at Tiger Rock. We'll be having a separate video where we're going to zoom in and have a closer look. We'll also have a look from here as well. Should we go on Tony's Crazy Cars?
Could be tempting.
Could be tempting, there's a good view. So that is the latest on Tiger Rock. That is what it looks like. Land of the Tiger is due to open on the 5th of May. But stay with us on YouTube because you'll be able to see another video on that exclusive look just about Tiger Rock. And we are going to now continue to walk around and have a look at the Gruffalo stage. So Gruffalo Arena here is going to be housed to the new show, the Gruffalo Groove for 2018. Has it changed? I don't know. Has it changed? I don't know. I actually don't think it has. I was expecting a new spectacular sort of look. I expect the screen to be part of the Gruffalo Groove show. It doesn't look too bad, but in comparison to sort of Penguins of Madagascar and the Madagascar show itself, which had a really extravagant set, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Gruffalo Groove's not due to open until Easter weekend. That's the 30th of March, so That won't be there today either. And there's a new photo collection area over there, which makes use of the hut, which has been useless for a bit. Now, it is starting to rain. We haven't been on a ride yet because I'm dragging Ryan around here. I think he wants to go on a ride.
Yeah.
He wants to go on a ride, but I just want to check out the construction first and see what's going on. So, to appease him, we're going to now head back through, and I think we may as well just get Vampire out of the way before it gets heavy rain. So we're going to head down to Vampire, which has apparently got a 30-minute queue. Yeah, I mean, 30 minutes? 30 minutes quite reasonable. It's 1 o'clock. That'll take us through to Ben and Jerry's time, because it's definitely Ben and Jerry's day today. Ben and Jerry's is open. Last time we came, it wasn't open. I mean, I get it was winter, but it wasn't open. So, Vampire, Ben and Jerry's. But, just quickly. So we told you that first last year that the pond had gone. The pond has gone, and it's been completely and utterly grassed over, and it now has to have a little fence around it. So, there's nothing there. I kind of prefer the pond, but I fully imagine these days that people were just climbing in it and trying to drown themselves. So, no pond, a bit of grass. Let's hope for a bit of theming to kind of appear on there over the next couple of weeks. Nothing says fast track like a massive fast track sign. Down a Vampire. So Gruffalo's still really popular in the park. Extended queue line in use, which I'm not surprised about. Still don't know why they haven't bothered doing anything. There's some new random coppins. I still don't know why they haven't bothered doing anything extending the queue line. So apparently there's a 30-minute queue for Vampire. However, stay with us. You can probably see it. Yep, the back of the queue line's there, Ryan. How long do we think that actually is?
An hour. Bit longer.
Well, let's put it this way. Usually the other side of the tunnel, I don't know if we can get down to the tunnel. Usually the other side of the tunnel, we queue from an hour, and that's kind of that is our breaking point for queuing for the Vampire. But here, at least 75 minutes. I mean, we've seen one train go around in 5 minutes, so the operations are running quite smoothly today. We can't see the tunnel, so I think that's about 75 minutes. So do we have a plan B? Does Ryan have a plan B?
Wait till later.
Wait till later. So what do we go on? Do we just skip the ride for the moment and get the ice cream?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
We'll walk around Topway, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've come to Chessington World of Adventures to ride some rides. However, the rides are really busy, so we're going to go and eat ice cream instead. It seemed a well-worthy 60-mile journey to come and get some Ben & Jerry's. And that's what we're going to do. Then we'll continue having a look around. We'll try and spot any changes for you guys. Obviously, if you've joined us, you'll have seen some zoo vlogs. So we're not actually going to venture into the zoo today, are we? We might go on safari. How are you feeling about safari?
Yeah, could do.
Could do. The queue's 75 minutes for that. I dread to think what it's like for safari. But onwards and upwards. Yeah, Ryan. We again. What flavours?
So it's a chocolate sauce.
Yes, please.
And then the white cheesecake.
Please. Caramel, fudge brownie, and
Cheesecake.
cheesecake. So I got cheesecake, vanilla, and fudge brownie. I've got a better selection now.
Good.
Vanilla's lovely.
Can we get any?
It's like we found something that's open, the Ben & Jerry's. No, that's a lie actually, most things are open here today. But it is really busy, it's much busier than advertised on the board here. We'll pan around to the board now, just so you can have a look. I would definitely say the rides are much busier than that. As we've been down to Vampire, where it said 30 minutes, it now says 60 minutes. I still don't think that's enough. I still think it's much busier than that. So we're going to stop for an early ice cream. We are going to find a ride to go on. We're still kind of having a look around the park. We definitely need to go up into Wild Asia to see what's going on there. You know, Carousel's open, Sea Storm's open. Most of the rides are actually open apart from Black Buccaneer. We haven't actually found anything that isn't yet, but stay with us. There's much more to do. So that is Ben and Jerry's Eaton. Rather nice. We are actually going to do a ride. Now we're going to go on the Dodgems. We went on the Dodgems at the fair the other day. Again, we said on the fair one, you won't have seen it yet because this is going up before. It's very confusing. It's very confusing. We went on them the other day because we love the Dodgems. Ryan here loves the Dodgems. Yeah. These are a little bit slower than your average Dodgems. However, we love the Dodgems. So, Tuk Tuk Turmoil, we are in Wild Asia at the moment. You'll see over the back in a minute some of the construction for Land of the Tigers because it really does loom over. In fact, over by Cobra, it kind of looks really, really empty. I swear there used to be quite a lot of trees there. I'm not really sure why they've taken them down, to be honest. It's a bit too open. I'm getting lots of funny looks now. As you do. When you walk along here with a camera, you get lots of funny looks. People have no better to look at. But, Dodgems.
Yep.
I'm going to gun for him.
No.
I'm going to win. I'm going to win this one. We can't film on ride like we did the other one. I'm going to gun for you.
Sorry, I'm not.
Yes, what's the time, Ryan? What is the time? Tech.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. We've been here an hour and a half and we have done a ride. So that was Tuk Tuk Turmoil. Obviously we're not recording on ride because we're at Merlin Park and they kind of frown upon that. So we don't want to upset them, do we? No, don't upset them. But they are actually quite slow. Bearing in mind we only went on the fair ones a couple of days ago, which David and I had a real smash on them. You can never do that on there. I'm not even sure you'd realise if you had a head-on collision. But we've done a ride. Now we're going to walk over now and just see what we can see, just show you kind of the back end of the Cobra queue line and over to Land of the Tigers, because this bit looks really quite spectacular, to be honest. Looks really nice. Okay, this building in front of us doesn't look really nice, but the queue line, I spoke too soon then, but the queue line over there does. So let's just go and have a quick look. So as you can see, we have a lovely new fence here, which is going to be blocking us off from Land of the Tigers. We've got the enclosures just here, up to the run down there. So, Land of the Tigers, as we said, opens the 5th of May. Stay on our YouTube channel if you want to see some construction from there. We're going to go and take some shots. They'll be over on our Facebook page, and we're going to go and take some video now, which you'll be able to see on the other video. So, Land of the Tigers, 5th of May, you looking forward to it?
Certainly am.
Looking forward to it. I can't wait, actually. I can't wait to see some new tigers, and these enclosures look amazing. It's definitely going to breathe a new lease of life into this area, and we don't miss peaking heights. Not at all. So that was some updates from Land of the Tigers. If you want to see the full video and some really clear footage of what's going on, stay on our YouTube channel, head into the videos and you'll be able to see it there. If you want to see some pictures, head over to our Facebook page, and any pictures we've taken today of the enclosures will be there. So, back to Chessington World of Adventures. We've done one ride. We've checked out the construction. We're not going to queue for Cobra because that's got a long queue. Is it worth going to check out Dragon's Fury, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon's Fury. Be nice to go on a roller coaster today. Scorpion Express? Scorpion Express? Of course, we went on Scorpion Express during the half-term event. So, I've already been on a roller coaster at Chessington this year. Ryan is roller coasterless.
Yeah.
Because we've already done Rage and several other kind of intense roller coasters already, but Ryan's a bit of a lightweight. He likes to say he comes out, but he doesn't really like to come out. He's Mr. Enthusiastic, parked his car on the gravel, don't want to get stuck in the mud. He's a bit posh for us, channel. A bit posh. A bit posh for my channel, I'm afraid. So we are going to try and find a ride, honestly. We haven't just come here to just walk around and eat ice cream, although that's apparently actually what we're doing. So we're going to go and find a ride. We are going to get on a roller coaster today and continue to look at any other changes in the park. I would like to get on Safari. That'd be really nice actually to get down to Safari and see what's going on there, see if we got a bit more grown foliage down there, because it was looking a bit bare last season. So let's continue through Wild Asia. Everything in Wild Asia is open. We haven't actually seen another ride that's not open yet, have we? So it looks like just Black Buccaneer. Black Buccaneer hasn't even been put back together. You know, bearing in mind it had extensive maintenance last year, it's a bit strange that this year it hasn't been put back together yet. But let's go find something else. Nice little touch. We've got a Tiger-based car there rather than the Safari one we had beforehand. Looking fresh. So, if you didn't know already, the park have actually stopped serving full fat Coke at their outlets, the draft outlets. So you can no longer get full fat Coke with any of the meals. That actually there is a new advertising for the meal in the burger kitchen with Diet Coke. So Diet Coke and Coke Zero are the only ones you can actually get. You can't get full fat Coke anymore. Now, we've just been into the shop and you've just seen there some of the new Tiger bits and pieces they've got. None of it relates to the actual area, the Tiger Rock area, but I'd imagine that's going to be coming when the ride's closer to opening. I did buy a full fat bottle of Coke because I only drink full fat bottles of Coke when I come to theme parks, because theme parks are a treat for me. Even though I'm here quite a lot, they're a treat for me. And interestingly, bearing in mind there's a sugar tax going on, I think on the 1st of April, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's certainly in April sometime. The full fat Coke is £2.50, £2 minus your discount, and then the sugar-free versions are £2.35. So that would indicate with the price structure already in place that certainly for this season, you will still be able to buy full fat Coke in a bottle, but you definitely cannot get it from any of the restaurants. Go to a restaurant, you're not going to get any of the full fat stuff. You're only going to get Diet Coke and Coke Zero. Now, whether or not that's because of the meal price that they don't want to mess around, I'm not really sure, but I can't imagine that being a very popular decision. What do you drink, Ryan?
Full fat Coke.
Yeah, when I come here I drink full fat Coke. I mean, if this was a Pepsi park, by all means I'd drink Pepsi Max, because I know you usually drink Pepsi Max, but this is a Coke park, and Coke Zero, I don't like the taste of it. Do you like the taste of it? Coke Zero? It's just disgusting. I don't care what they do with it, it's just disgusting. So we'll see how that develops over the season. But if you didn't know, you cannot get that now when you buy a meal. You can only get Diet or Zero. But if you go into the shop for £2.50, you can still get full fat, which I've bought. Now we are going to try the Vampire once again. Here it comes. Still don't know what those coffins for, and there it goes. Where's the queue? Where's the queue? Right, the queue's not right back here, so I think we just need to get on this, don't we?
Certainly do.
We do. So we're going to join the queue line now for the Vampire, and we're going to get on it. It says 40 minutes. Let's see how long it takes. Right, what's the time? So it's 20 past 2, so theoretically we should be off this by 10 past 3? Well, 10 past 3, and if you look around now to where we were earlier, the queue has definitely gone down a bit. So, Vampire time. Let's do it. We made it to the front of the Vampire queue. We've got to get in there. That was 40 minutes from the entrance to here, and we're not quite on the ride yet. Ensure you protect your bags and definitely a lot going on with the Black Buccaneer, but that was us on the Vampire. So that was us going on the Vampire there. I love the Vampire. I know it's nearly 30 years old, but it is one of my favourite rides at one of my favourite parks. And it's really hard just not to like it. I look at it. Why it just sort of swings around above the trees and everything like that. I absolutely adore the ride, absolutely adore the ride. So you may have seen there in the station, there is actually some new, I don't know, it looks like really random. There is actually some new lighting on the ground, some new lighting in the station, because the station's not bright enough as it is compared to what it used to be. However, you will also notice that sadly the organist still isn't working, still isn't going, and you know, some of the finer detail in there is just really frustrating. When you think about the detail that Merlin are putting in at the moment to Alton Towers Wicker Man, which we hear is an amazing experience, even if it's not going to be the best roller coaster in the world, it's going to be an amazing experience. And when you look at the detail that, you know, even Saw the rides have, you know, we've heard things about, not Saw, sorry, The Walking Dead, the ride. We've got Saw on the mind because we were just talking about it. The Walking Dead ride, when you think of the detail going into that, you know, they've got a ready-made coaster here that's had some amazing scenery in the past, which they tore out for no apparent reason, you know, for the sake of just a little bit, you know, organist, a few cobwebs, a little bit more scenery, damn chandeliers back up rather than all those lights. It's really onto something, you know, it still could be one of the best themed coasters in the country, and yet for whatever reason, year in, year out, it gets neglected. You know, how long is it going to be here? How long's it got left? Nearly 30 years old. How long has the Vampire got left at this park? And, you know, what can they replace it with? Perhaps that's the question. Perhaps that's why money isn't being spent on it. Perhaps it hasn't got as long as what we hope it has left. But, you know, some real TLC. That ride could still look absolutely incredible. And it's quite smooth today as well. Smooth.
Very smooth.
Wasn't too bad, was it?
Oh, that's good.
So wasn't too bad ride on there. This year they've built trains 2 and 3, which were different from last year. So also goes to show that they could well have 3 trains still running on there if they could, because they still have 3 trains to build. Don't think that's ever going to happen again, sadly. Sadly, never going to happen again, but great ride on the Vampire. So now we're going to go and try Dragon's Fury. We come back to go on Ramesses, but alas, it's closed. Oh, I love this ride. I just so want it to work. I really want it to work. Like, Chessington need these kind of rides. I just want it to work. I just don't think it's ever going to work properly again. And it's just started raining. Don't know if you can see the rain, but we just walked over there and Ryan went, "Ah, it's lovely sunshine." And then it starts raining. It's a good one, Ryan. well done for jinxing it. As you can see over there, they're still working hard on the Tiger Rock drop. But we are now going to head into Safari. So we're going to see what the queue's like there. The queues around the park are really, I mean, you know, annual pass day is generally busy. We don't come actually to go on very many rides. We come to kind of have a look around, refamiliarise ourselves with the place, look for any changes. And today's been no different. You know, we've done 2 rides in the Vampire and the Dodgems, and we're going to try and go on Safari. But I wouldn't mind betting it's quite busy. Looking at the Toon Blaster queue, that's around the top queue line, so that's going to have at least 30 minutes with the rain. People are going to head down for Gruffalo. Gruffalo had a 35-minute queue. So yeah, busy. Busy, busy, busy. But let's see. Let's just see what Safari is like when we get around the corner. Eh? So Safari is advertised as a 60-minute queue. I think it's only on 2 trucks today, so even though it looks quite short, I imagine it is a 60-minute queue. So we're going to skip it because it's 3:30 and we don't want to waste our last hour. We'd rather just walk around looking for something with no queue than spending 60 minutes in a Safari queue. Now, interestingly, as you saw there is now a single rider queue for it, which is a great idea because you know, to get loads of families of 5s and things to fit it, you very rarely actually see a full train go, or a full truck, not a train, a full truck go around the track. So the single rider queue is a great addition, really is a great addition. We don't want to split up today, do we, Ryan? No. We're just enjoying life, we're taking it easy. We wanted to go on Ramesses, we wanted to go on something upside down, we can't go on that. Safari would have been nice, but our queue is just, can't justify it. The annual pass days are so busy, but it just feels a bit oversold. Feels a bit oversold. It doesn't feel quite as exclusive. I mean, we've been on normal Saturdays and probably spent less time queuing for these rides than what we have on annual pass day. So I just don't get it. I just don't get the thing. I know Legoland don't do it. I know Alton Towers don't do it, but Thorpe Park and Chessington really do get behind it. Let's go see what else we can find. Rattlesnake time. So we're going to stick to the roller coasters, we've decided. Rattlesnake's advertised as a 60-minute queue. However, we can see where the queue line kind of ends, and unless they've only got one train on here, which looks like they've got more, I reckon about 15 minutes, so let's go and have a look. Hello. Never forget to smile for the camera. See if these people smile. Lovely effects working in here. I reckon they've chickened out. What do you reckon? Yeah, I reckon they bottled it. Ollie walked into that bin then. Oh, that's all right. We can deal with that. That's not too bad. I don't know, walk into that bin then. Oh, I've lost it. I very rarely get really angry when I come to theme parks, but that was one of the most angry moments I've had in many, 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 many years. Now, we defend Chessington, so if anyone from Chessington watches this, we do nothing but defend your park all the time. You know, we help out where we can, we supply pictures, photos, maps, whatever. We do anything for Chessington, it is our favourite park. But that thing is a joke. There were 50 people in front of us, that took 45 minutes to get through the queue. Fast track was a 2-to-1, so there were 2 trains to 1. As you saw there, one of the trains has lost completely its back and front sort of headrest. You know, it looks terrible. Why on earth is it left on the track? Why? Why is it left on the track? It's not being loaded, it can't do anything, and obviously they're operating a one-in, one-out policy. You know, the idea of these steps, which they installed last season after the incident on the Smiler, was that it could go back to using block brakes, because, you know, these rides run up and down the country, no problem, with 4 or 5 trains on at once. You know, it's got 5 trains on, only 4 of them are operational. The one we were in, also the back restraint, the head bit wasn't even attached. Half of it wasn't attached. I expect that to come off before the end of the day. Absolute joke, absolute joke. So, you can probably see there's that one making a noise now. We'll watch it as it comes round. So watch for the other side here. Missing. All the headgear's missing on it. You know, it just looks terrible, leave it on the track. Absolutely terrible. And if they can dispatch this one when there's no one on that one, I don't know why they're not doing it for the rest of the ride, but that was really disappointing. Really, really disappointing. That ride is in such a terrible condition at the start of the season. Really is. But we're going to go on now. We're going to go on. It's actually 4:30, you know. We didn't go on Safari because it had an hour queue, and we thought Rattlesnake from where we were should not have had a 45-minute queue. 10 minutes tops. Absolute tops, 10 minutes. Really, really disappointed. Really, really disappointed. It was quite a good ride, actually. It did fly around the track. We kind of had to beg because of the loading. We had to beg to sit in the back of someone's car so that we could actually get on it because it was getting a bit painful. Oh. Hold on. Hold on.
We have movement.
We have movement. Hang on. We're going to turn you around now. Okay, we don't know if we have movement. We certainly have noises, air noises. Are we seen Ramesses go anywhere today?
Nope.
We've seen people on it, we've seen people get off it, we've seen people get back on it and people get off it. We haven't actually seen it go round yet. If we do, we're getting in the queue. Unless the water's spraying. We're going to get wet. I don't really care at this point. It's been a bad enough day as it is. So just in case you missed that, there's a technical problem with the ride and everyone is being evacuated off of it. Oh, it's just not our day today. It's not our day. I think it must be time to nearly call it quits.
So,
Your part's in the other end. Just lost the word. People are still getting rescued off the mud. So that was it. Chessington World of Adventures, opening day, annual pass day 2018. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a disappointing day, because it really was. Now, I appreciate we didn't get here till 12:30, and as you know, we very much indicate the fact you should get here early. Unfortunately, due to prior commitments, I couldn't get here today, and I am working tomorrow. Couldn't get here this morning, and I'm working tomorrow. So it wasn't really a choice in coming a bit later, but you know, we are, as we said, we are great defenders of this park all the time. All the time, but very rarely are we not great defenders of this park. You know, we've been visiting here for, well, since 1990, so many years, 28 years now we've been visiting Chessington, and we've had amazing family days out, and we still have more amazing family days out here than any other theme park in the UK. Without a doubt, we have good days at Blackpool. We have, you know, Blackpool's a very close second, but we have more amazing days here than anywhere else. It's just today, they're just not set up. It just doesn't feel like they're set up. You know, the staff urgency was terrible. You know, they're just socialising, chatting. You know, we walked in this morning and they're talking about how disgusting it is that people have to pay for parking. You know, these are your employees, Chessington, telling you that. Now, I actually don't mind the, you know, we buy a premium annual pass, we don't have to pay for parking. And whilst I don't really agree with parking, you know, the fact that it's put back into the park, I don't mind so much. But I need to see it put back into the park, because usually when we come for the beginning of the season, there's loads and loads of changes, and we can report loads and loads of things to you. You know, today, Tuk Tuk Terminal still looks terrible. It's still got a wooden post where the femins come off. It still looks like it needs a repaint around the, you know, around the bars, because you can see everything. I just don't understand what has been done. Vampire, you know, come on, let's take some pride in this roller coaster, please. Merlin need to pump some money back into this place to make it look better. Now, Land of the Tigers looks spectacular. It does really look spectacular. Rattlesnake didn't look like it should be open today. You know, Black Buccaneer hasn't been put back together. It had extensive work last year, so it's a bit of a shame that it's not up and running this year. I don't really understand why. And now we've got to get out this field. So people are being pulled out the fields all the way along here, because for whatever reason these people haven't parked far enough up. I have no idea why. I have no idea why, when we're on a gravel track here, why these people haven't pulled forward so we don't all have to go on the mud. So, disappointing day. Really sorry, guys. Really sorry if anyone watches this. You know, great supporters of the park, and we will continue to be. You know, it never detracts from kind of what we are and what we stand for. We have the best Chessington website. We support the park better than anyone else, and I mean anyone else. But today was not good enough. The staff were not good enough. The setup was not good enough. And, you know, it just feels like annual pass days are kind of set up now for us to trial the park, and it doesn't really feel like a great day out. But I know when we come back in a couple of weeks' time, and I'll bring the boys and I'll bring the family, that we'll have an amazing day. So for now, signing off. This is Adam, UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.